Maui? How are you approaching it? It's quite a challenge with five ranked teams and two other good teams.
Excited about it. Excited to go somewhere where we can focus on and be about the team, isolated in a sense. Um, if we wanted to go walk on the beach together as a team, we can do that. Um, Excited for the competition that we're going to play against. Again, I'm going to say this again: win or learn. There are teams that we're going to face. Some we semi already face that have had a lot of success. A lot of those teams went to the tournament last year. We're going to face them, and we're going to see truly what it takes to be a good team. Um, and if we decide to take plays off, be nonchalant, not share the ball, not see the play before it happens, they'll steal balls, we'll turn the ball over, and we'll get beat. Um, we can't afford as a group to take things for granted. That's offensively and defensively. Don't assume anything. Be alert. Be in tune to what's going on the court. Know where your teammate is before he gets there, and play that way.
Kenny, obviously your message of win or learn has been something you've preached since you got here. But is it still a little bit surprising that you guys have started 0-3, even though they have been just 1 point losses?
Um, Again, I don't even care about the record, and I know that sounds strange. Do I believe that we are losers? No, in no shape, form, or fashion. Do I believe that we have stuff to learn? Yes, I do. I'm trying to build a culture. And at times I know you look at it and you say, well, it doesn't look like it. But until you're able to work with these kids the way that we have as a staff, to see where they are, to see where they need to get to see how we do this in a certain way, I am in no way discouraged. I'm getting phone calls every day. Are you okay? Are you losing your mind? Not at all. Matter of fact, I feel more encouraged because I see kids trying. And I hate to say it like this, there were teams that played Louisville last year that said, Kenny, we're seeing something now we didn't see before. We're seeing them fight. We're seeing them hang in there. And I hope that's because they're learning and understanding. You're being evaluated every single day. You're being evaluated. Um, Hopefully we get that lesson, and hopefully I feel like it's going to break and we're going to get some luck. They need some luck, and what I mean by luck, when you work as hard as we've worked to this point, and you get a break, you get a win, you earn that win, you deserve that win. There's a confidence that comes with that. Um, we need that.
Kenny, I guess to bounce off that a little bit, Mike and El were just in here, and they said you are a big reason why they're still positive and upbeat because of your personality. I mean, has it given you reassurance, especially being a first year head coach, like what you're doing is right and it's like been beneficial so far?
I wish I could sit here and tell you that it means something to me to say I'm a first year head coach. Absolutely nothing. For me, it's about where my heart is, where my soul is, how I feel about them, and hopefully they see it and they feel about me. I love each and every one of these kids that I'm coaching. I want them to get it, not for me. It's not about me. It's about them. Um, I hope when you talk to them, like you said, they said the right things and it came from their heart, um, because that's what this should be about. Them knowing that they have a coach that is only saying to them, I need your energy. I need you to work hard for me in practice so that the game becomes easier. And I need you to be confident. Confident. I don't care if you miss every shot. Shoot that thing like you believe with all your heart is going in. That's all I'm asking.
Can he, in this whole process, you can teach them and show them, and while they're here, you're talking to them, but when they leave here, they're going to get on social media and they're going to hear the outside noise. How do you teach them or get them to not react to that and not worry about that?
I mean, that's a great question. That's a hard one because for me, who are these people that are on social media? I don't know. I'm not on it, so I can't. I know what we do in this circle, and I tell them to stay within this circle. The parents are part of this circle. We are one. The people that are with us are with us. We are one. Those that jump on and off bandwagon understand. I'm good with it. They have to be good with it. That comes with the territory. That's the life we chose. You're not going to please everybody. In this day and age, the second you lose, people are going to turn on you. But the real ones, they're not. They're going to understand what you've been through, what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go, what you're trying to build, both as a player and as a coach and as a program. And they'll stick with you through thick and thin. That's my belief. I live by that. And if they're not, I'm good with it, and I understand.
Kenny, you've played a lot of players, a lot of different combinations. Have you seen any one combination that stands out that you really like, or?
Still evaluating the combinations. Would love it, absolutely love it. Everybody quote me on this. If Hersey Miller can get a little bit more solid, he's headed in the right direction. It takes a lot of pressure off L. Ellis, a lot, and it makes us a better team. I don't need him to be great. I don't need him to think, I got to do this and I got to get this shot and I got to score for us. I got to make this layup, or I just need him solid. If he can be solid for us, it changes the dynamics of this team.
How does it change? In other words, what do you look for him to relieve Al? And another part of that question, I ask Al this too. He's playing a lot of minutes. Are you concerned about that?
That's a part of the answer why I say he's important. One, we can take L off the court. Two, we can take L off the ball. We're 300 and something in turnovers in the country. That's a problem. That basically says that we are beating ourselves. Some of that, is the flow of the game, the timing of the game. If L is playing 38 minutes, that means he's playing fatigue. I need L to play fresh. Hersey, help us with that. Just be solid. And he's done a good job. I just need more. Like, I don't know how many minutes he played last game. I need more. 24 minutes. I need another 4 or 5 of those erratic minutes to be solid minutes.
L said he didn't get fatigue.
Well, that's L.
So when you have a guy like El, who's he's nearly 30 points the past couple of games, how do you try to get him to balance getting others involved while also knowing that he's like your best scoring threat when he does have the ball in his hands?
Me and El have had a lot of conversations about that. I need El to understand that I can't have him have 3 assists, 6 turnovers. I can't have it. He can't afford it. I need him to be more solid. I need him to know when he gets in certain places on the court, you better be ready to make a decision because everybody seems to be sucking in on you and you're jumping and making passes. Your head is down, they're going to come in and take charges. Be smarter than that. Know how they're guarding you. There are times they're going to take the ball out of your hands. Be a willing passer and play the right way. It'll come back to you. When you have the ball as much as he does in his hands, he has the opportunity to control the game. That doesn't mean he has to score. That just means he can control and facilitate to others and make the game easier.
Yeah, coming into the season, I think most people thought Sydney would give you 8 to 10 points and 4 to 6 rebounds. It hasn't happened. Do you have any understanding of why, and what are you guys going to be able to do to get him going?
First thing I would say is conditioning. We've been conditioning for a long time. We will condition today. And for me, when I look at Sid, I know Sid is trying. I just feel like something has to click. it can't just be give me the ball and it clicks. It has to be his energy. It has to be his running the floor. It has to be fighting for offensive rebounds. There are possessions that it looks like he's struggling to get from point A to point B. I need you to, like, whatever that is, let's figure it out and let's get it and play the type of basketball that we've all seen you play, and we're a much better team. Until that happens, I'm not going away from him. I love him. He brings a physicality to it. At times, he stumbles in the screens that absolutely shatters the defender. We need that too. We need his rebounding. Those 5 or 6 rebounds that he's gotten the last couple games, vital rebounds. We need those. So I'm patient with Sidney. I'm hoping he gets it. I hope he clicks. We're going to stick with him until he does,
Kenny, obviously 2 exhibitions and 3 regular season games isn't a huge sample size, but over that time, how have you, and you've said how you want the offense to be relatively free-flowing and not rely on you drawing up plays, but over that time, how have you personally progressed when it comes to, I guess, overall feel for the game, when it comes to knowing when you want to draw a set play or when to foul or when to call a timeout, things of that nature?
You know, when I look back and evaluate myself and I say, okay, timeouts, what did I call? And I watch the film later, and I see that it materialized just like I saw it did. That gives me a evaluation where I have a good feel for what I want to run in comparison to what the team that's on the court is. So I may run a play for a post-up for Mike James. He gets fouled at a critical juncture. May run a play for a three-point shot. We get it against Bellarmine or whatever to tie the game or one down or whatever. My feel for that, I think, is getting better, and I'm getting more comfortable doing it. But at the end of the day, there are certain parts of drawing up a play that it isn't about the play. It's about, did that guy set the screen? Did that guy come at the right angle? Did he set his man up coming off the screen? Did he get to the corner when the big came to the middle? If he stayed up top, L got a turnover. You understand what I'm saying? So this is not just the play that I'm calling. It's the reads of the players and the screens and all the little parts that go into the play.
Got a recruiting question for you. It's still pretty fresh since the IARP announcement came, but have you noticed, I guess, a change since that ruling has come down, and kind of what's your overall sense of how recruiting is going for you?
I think recruiting is going well. Not really allowed to talk a lot about recruiting. I can just tell you we've had some of the best players in the country already here, getting a lot of interest. We're going to keep plugging away. And for me, I want this to be an example of let's build it. It's not just about what star you are. It's about what's your makeup, who you are as a person. Does it fit to what this culture that I'm trying to build? If you're telling me that you're already there and you're a 5-star and you don't care about teammates and you just want to shoot balls, this may not be for you. If you're telling me you're a dream chaser and that you're about team and you're a giver and your parents know what you want out of life and what you're trying to do with this game and you're a team-oriented guy and you want to reach the pinnacle of your career and be an NBA All-Star or be for whatever it is, come here. We'll help you. That's what this is. So I think we've relayed that message in a good way. I have examples of people that have done it that's on my staff. You have to look past where it is today and see where it's going to be in the future. So 0-3 should not deter a player, whatever our record is, should not deter a recruit from coming here. You come here to change what's been broken, and let's fix it together.
That 0-3 at Louisville will draw attention, as we all see right at this point. But, I mean, you look around the country in the ACC, there's a lot of, like, non-brand names who are experienced teams come back and play people tough. For your players, do you feel like that they are still with you and as far as their mindset, trying to keep them up, despite the results that they've gotten?
Not really super concerned about, and I do feel like they are with me. Not super concerned if they really understand it. More concerned about I can't let them feel like they're failures. That makes sense. So they've been through a lot. And I'll just say it. I asked them, do you feel there's a black cloud over you? To a man, yes. You determine that black cloud, nobody else. Let's get it off of you. You get it off by doing the little things. You get it off by your fight. You get it off by setting a screen. You get it off by getting a rebound. You get it off by, instead of trying to dunk a alley-oop, lay it off the glass, we win by one. You get it off that way. There is no black cloud. If there is, you take it off, and we'll do it together. So that's more important than how they feel about me. It's how I feel about them is more important for me.
Yeah. So going back to Hersey, you're talking about the things you want to see from him, but I'm just wondering, where have you seen him make the most strides so far?
I know he plays hard. He gives me 110%. He wants to do well. He's vocal. Defensively, he's in tune. He knows he has to pressure the ball. The problem becomes when things are erratic or things are in a bad way. I need you calm. I need you to know that your job isn't to go out and try to get 25. You're a good player, but your job is to steady the ship. Your job is to be on the floor and not hurt us, help us. Helping us could be coming down, getting us in a set. Help us could be handling the pressure, taking it off L, and making L the two guard. Helping us could be making sure instead of keeping the ball on the perimeter, you throw it to the post, which is just as important as you driving it to the lane. All I'm asking for is lane touches. Throwing it to the post is a lane touch. So those type of things. He's done a good job. I'm so happy with him. There's more he can give us.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
All right, guys.